USAA's mission is to facilitate the financial security of its members, associates, and their families through provisions of a full range of highly competitive financial products and services. In doing so, USAA seeks to be the provider of choice for the military community. Here in the claims department, we have the opportunity to protect our members financially by investigating, negotiating, and resolving claims, which is accomplished by paying what is owed, nothing more and nothing less. We've established a culture of customer service that our membership has come to expect, and based on the 18% drop in the scores from surveys filled out by our members over the past 2 years, immediate action is needed to reinforce these standards. We have identified the total loss handling and communication as an area most commonly mentioned as a point of frustration. We've decided to absorb this department throughout the rest of the claims department to provide a better experience. Through a SWOT analysis of USAA's claims department, we have identified our greatest strength as our customer service. Per the J.D. Power rankings for 2018, USAA was once again scored a 5-star rating, nearly a full point over the next closest insurance company, which is State Farm, which came in with a rating of 4.1. In reviewing the random surveys that were sent out and returned by USAA customers that recently experienced a claim, areas of disappointment have been identified through the total loss handling process and communication throughout the claim with adjusters involved. Specifically, that there are too many adjusters involved in each claim, making it confusing to know who to contact regarding what issue. Because injury adjusters have the work capacity to take on more responsibility and make outbound calls, they will begin the process of absorbing the total loss handling within their daily workflow. Total injury adjusters currently have a pending of claims roughly half the size of total loss adjusters, which is where the capacity to handle these claims comes from. The primary business function that will be impacted by the action plan will be the handling of the total loss of a person's vehicle. First off, there will be one less adjuster involved in the claim, which will cause less confusion for people calling in to resolve their claims. This will give employees more knowledge to better handle a claim from start to finish and build rapport with the customer. As leadership, we will implement a consistent avenue for feedback to see how the change is going for the employees. Change can be difficult for people as they're handling things that they have not previously experienced with this, and they need to be heard during times of stress. We will also allow for employees to submit their innovative ideas on how to improve the process or how an existing process could be improved upon. These ideas can be submitted both by adjusters who currently are serving as a total loss adjuster or those injury adjusters who are taking on the new responsibilities, and they can see where there is overlap between the two job duties. These employees are on the front lines of the organization and will be more intimate with the changes being made. They will know the ins and outs and the points that they can make or the tweaks that they can make on pre-existing processes can help make our action plan more successful in streamlining the process. Lastly, the adjusters who were previously in the total loss department will begin the migration into the non-injury department handling claims. They will be able to give more capacity to the rest of the claims department by being on the phones and taking on claims handling duties, lowering the overall pending from adjusters already in their roles. We will also create helplines through the form of IM chats or other systems over Skype, where questions can be quickly addressed by those people more experienced in the total loss handling. We will station them throughout the floor, have them attend meetings, and to provide answers and tools to help adjusters overcome their obstacles. We are currently ending our 6-month pilot program of injury adjusters handling the total loss claims just for the state of California. We have seen a turnaround time between a car being deemed a total loss and the offer being extended, being reduced from 7 days to 3 days with this pilot program. This translates to 4 less days of rental being paid, which saves money for the company and directly impacts members' premiums and stakeholders. Additionally, with the quicker turnaround time, we have found less settlement disputes, which leads to less calls in to the company and callbacks from the adjusters, giving more time back to these adjusters to work on their other tasks. As we absorb the total loss handling, the 100 plus employees currently serving the total loss department will begin a staggered transition to the non-injury department, creating more capacity to help the rest of the claims department as we level balance out. The most important strategy we will be implementing throughout the process would be a feedback session between our leadership and the employees. It is key when there is any overarching change being made to ensure transparency and open communication. There will be bumps along the road and things will not always go as planned. And when this happens, employees need to feel heard and supported. Another strategy we will implement will be flexibility as the process is being implemented. It is important to reevaluate throughout the change to make sure that the objectives we set out to accomplish, to make sure that our actions are in line with our goals. If anything changes, the action plan needs to be adjusted to make sure we stay on the right path. By having total loss adjusters stationed throughout the department and made readily available, we will be able to foster collaboration across all of our departments. This will ensure open lines of communication being led by those people who have the most knowledge for the areas we're looking to get better in. I believe that this will be successful for USAA moving forward by implementing those with the necessary knowledge to foster the communication ideas and share them with the other departments and our leadership for change. The key to successfully implementing an action plan is a strong and decisive communication to those affected by the plan. One of the groups of people who need to receive transparent communication are our organization stakeholders. These are the people who financially back the organization and trust leadership to carry out a sensible and reasonable action plan to not only take care of the customer base, but to financially succeed. The first thing we will do is notify the stakeholders that a change is upcoming to prepare them as to not catch them off guard about things changing. This can be done informally through emails sent out to our stakeholders. As the time for change gets closer, more formal channels should be used, such as updating through a newsletter outlining the problem that has been identified. After the official announcement is made, a CEO briefing will take place to allow high-value stakeholders to ask questions, get clarity, and provide their own feedback on how they'd like the change to be implemented. Finally, when the official date of the change arrives, a launch party to celebrate the official change implementation will be had. This can also provide an explanation of the new process and products that are being rolled out and set a new standard on what customers think and to expect. I look forward to the changes that we are making here at USAA and to continue to support our military community.